Hello and welcome to the show. Today we have a video from Night Talk and it goes perfectly together with the last video I had. Go check out that as well if you haven't checked it out. Let's dive in.
Dating women didn't just help me to understand women, it also helped me to understand men. Being a bisexual woman has given me a lot of insight into modern dating and relationships, and in this video, I'm going to share some of my experiences. So let's get started. The first thing that I realized is that women communicate indirectly, and it is genuinely hard to navigate. What I learned is that women, even
No shit. You'd expect her to know that being a woman. You gotta read minds.
what I learned is that women, even the most therapized, best communicators among us, rarely say what it is that they actually need. They communicate indirectly, and they rely on that level of indirect communication. It's something that we do with other women, and so it's like kind of the way that we operate, and then we expect the people that we are dating to understand our hints, our tone, our nonverbal communication, our energy shifts, and our subtle cues. So when I was with women, I often felt the same kind of confusion that many of my male clients report, like I'm doing what she asked for, but somehow it's still wrong. I don't understand why it's wrong.
Yeah, we are starting hot. It's true, women expect us men to be mind readers. That is actually why it's smart for men to go to those classes where you learn body language hints. It will help you to communicate with women because, like she said, they rarely say what they actually need.
And I'll give you an example, not someone that I was dating, but a female friend of mine actually ended a friendship with me because even though I was doing the things that she requested, she said that it wasn't actually what she wanted. And she didn't want to be in a friend, platonic relationship with someone who couldn't understand how to be there for her in the way that she needed, even though I was doing what she said she needed. It was really painful. Anyway, the moral of the story is that men are...
That wasn't platonic. She wanted the box. What type of friend ends a friendship because you're not reading her body language, her indirect cues that she wanted the box?
I was doing what she said she needed. It was really painful. Anyway, the moral of the story is that men are not clueless. The instructions are confusing. All right, second thing that I realized is that the masculine frame is not at all theoretical. It's real and it feels like pressure. So women often say that they want their partner to hold the masculine frame, right? To be the wall that the wave crashes against, the thing that contains the storm. And being with a woman showed me what it feels like to feel like you have to stay grounded, like you have to lead, like you have to know what to do, like you have to be the calm. My inner experience as someone who mostly identifies as very feminine is that it was kind of scary because what if I don't know what to do? What if I can't hold it all together while she's falling apart? What if I want to fall apart? What if I don't want to be the wall, but I want to be the storm, okay? It helped me to realize that men are not weak. They've just been given an impossible job that doesn't come with any sort of instruction manual, and they're supposed to act all the time like they know exactly what they're doing.
Well, she's actually hitting the nail on the head with this one, and I have to agree. I think fully, I don't find anything what she's saying wrong, and you can see that her experience with the both sides actually helped her to explain things better, like what being masculine actually means, and being feminine actually means. And she explained it really, really well. I'm really enjoying this one so far.
Brings me to realization number 3. Women...
Gotta figure it out. Control the chaos that comes with it. Control the chaos. Put out the fires. Make everybody feel safe. You know what I mean? Just come with the territory. And that's why it behooves a man to have a group of men around them, dog. You know what I'm saying? Lean on them fools when you feeling like shit may be getting a little too hot for you. But it's a mindset too, bro. It's a mindset for most that identify with that mentality. Just being able to, feel at ease or at calm regardless of what situation is taking place, how dire the situation is, like not stressing, not tripping about it, just knowing that you got to get through it regardless, because you being afraid and cowering to whatever it is that is, you know, causing issues for you makes the situation worse, right? You know, at the end of the day, you gotta just be calm about things, relax, and you know what I'm saying. Put plans together and figure it out. It's not that you know the answers to everything, because no one knows the answers to everything. And then, you know, hopefully you got a woman that you can bounce ideas off of as well. But you can't be tripping. The women be tripping. Men can't trip. That's really what it comes down to, dog. Just being able to ground everybody and chill regardless of, you know, what the situation is or how stressful it can be, because both motherfuckers can't stress. Both people can't be tripping, dog. The women trip, the man chill. It's just how it got to be.
Let me summarize it a little bit. It was a little bit maybe too long of an explanation for someone, but it's summarized to the fact that we men, we should stay stoic. That one single word sums up everything what he was saying. Staying calm and adapting to your environment, surroundings, and never losing your shit. It's so freaking important never to lose your shit. And staying calm and collected and staying stoic. It's the key. It is the key.
Expect their partners to know what's going on and bring post to act all the time like they know exactly what they're doing. Brings me to realization number 3. Women expect their partners to know what's going on and take care of them, and those expectations can be tremendous.
Women expect their partners to know what's going on and take care of them, and those expectations can be tremendous.
Being with women taught me the intensity of that sort of like double expectation. Know what I need intuitively and help me to emotionally regulate even when I don't know what I need. We often think about women as the caretakers in relationship, and that's fair. For the most part, women are conditioned to caretake, but we don't give men the credit that they deserve for the caretaking that they do. And I'm saying this also as a partner, as a female partner. Like, I can realize now that I've put my male partners in this situation where I want them to know what's going up with me and take care of me all at the same time. And this can make men feel like they can never get it right because they're supposed to know everything and hold everything simultaneously. Which brings me to the 4th.
But then you have to know how to communicate to your women to let them know they are tripping sometimes. You know what I mean? But it come back to what I was just talking about. You know, bros gotta regulate their women emotionally a lot of times. All right? And not to say men don't be tripping too, but you know, the broad generalization is that women are the emotional ones. You know, they get stimulated and go through all types of different feelings from whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Men are pretty much one-sided. A happens, and then we do B after. When with a woman, it's like A then B then C then D then D. Like, men need to, you know, get women to focus sometimes and just be able to tell them that, nah, you tripping. You know what I mean? You're doing a lot right now. And if you can't communicate that to your partner, then, you know, that's something you need to work on, or it may not be a suit for you, man. But, you know, at the end of the day, women are complicated creatures, bro, compared to men. We easy, bro. We easy, dog. And women still can't figure it out. You know what I mean? We easy as shit. It don't take much to, you know, appease us, make us happy, make us content, bro. But, like, women just go through so much shit mentally, emotionally, 24/7, bro. As long as you're able to communicate, you know, everything be fine, dog. But, you know, that's real.
It is so true. And also, it explains a little bit why women keep on saying that you women live in a little bit in delusional land because of the expectations you set on your partner. You don't set basically no expectations for yourself, and you just live the easy life and trying to live the easy life. And it's so interesting because the way he's saying is everything is so correct, and we are always the ones who have to stay calm and situation in every single situation. For example, I'm the eldest child of my parents, and I have 2 sisters, and I sincerely I don't remember when was the last time my sister saw me crying or having any emotional backlash or something? And it falls before I reached age 10, probably. And this is just something that we have to do. We have to be the strong one. We have to be the wall. Just like the lady said, you have to catch the waves and protect them. It is what it is.
Right, because they're supposed to know everything and hold everything simultaneously. Which brings me to the fourth realization that I had. Female arousal is complex. The first time that I was face to face with a vulva, even though I very much wanted to be there and had been trying to figure out how to have sex and get into a sexual situation with a woman for a long time, I felt a tremendous amount of pressure. And this is like, I have this body. I know all the parts. I'm a professional. Was I professional at that point? Yeah, I was a professional. I was a professional educator at that point. I understood everything I needed to understand in order to succeed, and I was still...
I'm a little bit confused. Professional educator of the vulva? This is what you're saying? If anybody knows the lady, obviously she looks like she has a YouTube channel or something, and she's doing this kind of videos a lot. Maybe somebody can explain it to me. What is she meaning? She's a sex teacher? What? Is that a thing?
A little panicked because women's arousal is contextual. Women's bodies are sensitive. They do change day to day and week to week. There's a lot going on, and they often need a tremendous amount of presence and slowness and nuance. And it can feel like staring at a vulva is more like trying to crack a safe than it is to like figure out how to put together this like sexy puzzle. What I understood about men then is that they're not rushing or being clumsy in bed because they're insensitive. They're anxious and they're just trying not to fail. And that is a pretty intense frame to hold. Which brings me to number 5.
What are we talking about? We talking about dating strangers, bro? Cause no, hell no. That's cap. Like if you with your person and y'all got history in it, y'all got some experience in it, y'all are attracted and aroused by each other, all that shit figure itself out, right? This makes sense if it's like somebody's first time and got a goddamn taco in his face and he don't know what the fuck is up and what's left from right and up from down. But if it's somebody you've been rocking with for a minute, bro, all that, as long as y'all are sexually attracted to each other, y'all got chemistry, y'all are aroused by each other, bro, all that shit figure itself out. You know what I mean? All that shit figure itself out. Motherfucker, you ain't no fucking boyfriend or husband or somebody that's been with a woman for an extended period of time nervous when it comes to dropping the dick down, right? That's second nature. You know what I mean? Unless there is some issues there.
Yeah, I understand what you mean, but she's talking on the point of view of her side, and she's comparing men to women with her experience. Like, we men can't really understand what she's meaning, but we can try to understand in the sense that, yeah, we men are much easier when it comes to arousal. Sometimes you just have to look sexy and we are ready. But for women, there's foreplay, there's like a list you have to go through. I think that is what she's meaning. But also, what our host Night Talk is talking, I am assuming your name is Night. Sorry, I am not sure, I don't know. But I think what Night is meaning is when you're already in a relationship, you already have the chemistry, it is easy. It's just, you look at her and she looks at you and you already know, oh, it's go time, right? It's that easy.
5. Feminine chaos is real and it is not easy to hold. I once had a moment where I was helping this woman to prepare for a trip, and I walked into her apartment and I saw that her suitcase was in the middle of the floor, totally empty, and then everything was just completely strewn about everywhere. There was stuff everywhere, and I just remember thinking, oh my God, this is feminine chaos. I've been that woman before. I've been overwhelmed and dysregulated and impossible to support and just completely lost inside.
Y'all are fucking nuts. Y'all are nuts, bro. Yeah, can't control emotions at all, bruh. That's across the board at different scales for most women, bro. You know what I mean? Just be fucking tripping for nothing. That's funny, bro. Let me know, dog. Let me know, fellas or women too. Like, what y'all experience with that?
The chaos of it all, thrashing around and just like making it worse as I'm going, and expected a male partner to sort of like help me contain myself and be
you gotta regulate them emotions, man. You gotta put the fire out. You gotta calm the storm. You gotta chill out. It ain't that serious.
Person to hold me while I got it all together. And when men don't want to do that, when they turn away, when they don't feel confident that they're capable of doing that.
Little baby stuff. This shit is hilarious, man.
That's not them being cold. That is them being overrun by a swirl of emotion and intensity as it's coming up at them. We just have sort of different ways of being with that overwhelm.
If you're a man and you're watching this and you didn't laugh about that bit, oh my god, it's so spot on. And yeah, this is what we have to deal in daily basis if you're in a relationship. This is how it looks. Is it like mentally or physically? This is how it is. This is how it is. This is it. This is a perfect analogy what she did, and I'm probably going to use it in my future videos because it describes the mindset and what we have to deal with perfectly. It's just a nice example.
Realization number 6, women have an enormous capacity for grace, but it's often conditioned and not fully authentic. What I mean by this is that women often are quick to forgive and soften and make space, make peace, and move on. But sometimes that is coming from their conditioning and it's not their truth. We don't want to blame women for this because this is how they are raised and the expectations that are made of them, but then they end up being resentful because they're not actually feeling that way. They don't actually want to forgive and move on, or they don't actually feel great about whatever just happened, but they've been taught that they need to just like make peace and then let that fester inside of them. And that leads to women not being clear. That leads to us not being honest about our limits. That leads to us sometimes forgiving before we're actually ready to, in order just to keep the peace. And so of course men are going to be confused because they might feel
gender thing. Just like ignoring shit and letting shit fester just to goddamn, keep the peace. Essentially, bro, I think both men and women. I mean, to be fair, there's gonna be examples of men that can relate to everything she's saying too, but generally everything she said to me up to this point, mainly applies to women. But I think men and women both do what she's discussing right now, or what she's describing right now.
Yeah, completely true, and also agree with the lady because remember, the Chris Rock, amazing comedian, super funny. I really enjoy watching his stand-ups, and one of the stand-ups he said, only children, women, and dogs are loved unconditionally. Men are loved in the condition they provide something. And it's so true. It's funny, but it's so true in the same time. That is something you have to keep in your mind when you're in the relationship. You have to provide something all the time. Just the way it is and just the way it works.
Like the rules are changing moment to moment. Like we already made up about this, but you're still angry about it. It is a beautiful thing that a lot of women have space in their hearts to forgive and like move on quickly, but only when it is true. Which brings me to realization number 7. Dating women made me feel protective of men. I saw how impossible the expectations for men can be and how much they get blamed for that stuff when they don't get it right. Dating women made me want to help boys become men. Many of the myths and things that we believe culturally about men, both men and women, are untrue. Like, men aren't emotionally unavailable. Sometimes they're just overwhelmed. Men aren't necessarily bad communicators. They're just working with mixed signals. They're not necessarily weak. They're carrying so much silently.
Like I always say, everything starts and ends with a man. And, a a confident, complete, competent man don't gotta worry about none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's issues popping in your relationship or with your women and things are not how they need to be or they should be or how you want them to be, man, you gotta look yourself in the mirror, right? And 'cause a lot of times, however your woman is maneuvering or behaving is a reflection on you. Either you've allowed it or you've created it. You know what I'm saying? But if you got your house in order, you're doing the things you need to do. You know what I'm saying? She respects you. She look up to you. She feels safe with you. She trusts you. A lot of that shit's gonna get minimized. You know what I mean? But if there's a lot of miscommunication, a lot of arguing, the sex is fucked up, y'all don't trust each other, you yell at her, she yell at you, you know what I'm saying? She don't give you the attention you need or she don't support you, bro. Granted, it's nuance and everybody got their own struggles of whatever they're experiencing specifically, man, but for the man, right? You gotta look at yourself and how you are maneuvering in the relationship. Think about how she perceives you as a man in a relationship. You know what I mean? Do you think she trusts you? Do you think she loves you? Do you think she look up to you? Do you think she respects you? Right? And check all these things off the box, and you have to think about why that is. Right? A lot of times it's just disconnect. Y'all aren't on the same wavelength. She may not be the one for you, or you need to start doing things differently, communicate more effectively, have boundaries, have standards. You know what I'm saying? Respect yourself. Go gain confidence yourself. Go get fit yourself. Right? If you're not confident, if you're insecure, if you are threatened by her, if you're intimidated by her, if you're nervous because of her, bro, these things should not be happening at all. And if they are, you shouldn't be in a relationship anyway. Everything starts and ends with you. And if you ain't right, she ain't gonna be right because she's just a reflection of you, right? Regardless if she was already fucked up before she got with you and you allowed her to continue her fucked up behavior, or you've maneuvered yourself in a way where you've created this monster and it's manifested itself in however she's dealing with you in relationship.
Yeah, I think the guy summarized everything really nicely and don't really have anything to add to it. Only that this this full video actually summarizes really well what it means to be a man in today's time and age. It is kind of a, I know the feminists say it's a man's world, but it's really not. It's a woman's world right now, and it's really annoying because we men are holding everything together. Like we're holding together society, we're holding together the relationships, and the women, they are really not understanding. We just keep on giving and giving and giving and giving more and more. Anyway, this is it from me. I hope you really enjoyed it. The link to the original video is in the description. If you have anything to say, please comment below. Otherwise, if you reach this far, I think I deserve the subscribe, right? It is what it is. And also let me know, how does my English sound? Like I said in one of my really previous videos, I started doing this because I really want to learn and I really want to practice my English. I think it's getting along really nicely, right? Anyway, I will see you on the next one. Bye bye bye.
I'm not doing enough, getting myself off of things that I can't control.
Why do you do that to yourself? You know exactly what you need to do to get where you need to be, don't you?
My problem is believing in myself without trying to seek someone else's validation.
You know how any relationship goes. There's good things and there's bad things. But I would definitely say I was led a little astray, which I mean, I don't necessarily like admitting that.
That's life, though, bro. That's the first part of it,
No,
bro.
yeah, absolutely.
I'm thinking way too far in the future, too, I think, and it's just kind of pressurizing.
It sounds like you're putting too much pressure on yourself, to be honest, bro.
I was looking at the things that happened over the past few years, and, it led me to, finding you and being a part of this community, because if I would have kept going where I was going, I wouldn't be here. And
a lot of men are struggling, and too many are doing it alone. No guidance, no community, no place just to be real. That's why I built this community. No ego, no judgment, just men empowering men. So if you're lost or you're tired or unfulfilled, pull up. Let's help you find your purpose, find your drive, and stand with others who get it. Join you, yield to nothing, overcome anything, unbreakable to everything.